Hello again, guys. Getting a ridiculously late start to the day. It is, wow, it's already after 1 o'clock and I have not had lunch yet. Had a little bit of breakfast. The app that I've been working on, the one I've mentioned a couple of times but haven't really talked about, it's now in production, but it's an internal only thing, so it's not anything I can point you to or anything. But it went to production this morning, which means that I've been just fielding questions and dealing with issues all day. So it's been loads and loads of fun. You know, the one thing I've found about doing this daily vlogging thing as a normal person is that for the most part, a normal person's life is kind of boring. The day-to-day mundane stuff. For example, woke up this morning, worked on day job stuff, spent the majority of the day doing that so far, having a little bit of lunch now. I'm actually gonna be doing the exact same thing I did the other day, having some pigs in a blanket. Not terribly healthy, but it gets the job done. But as I was putting these on the tray and getting ready to stick them in the oven over there, I was thinking, oh yeah, I could do, I did a time lapse of that last time. Crap. And I don't want to do the same things over and over again. I mean, the time lapses that I've been doing have been beautiful, a lot of them have, but I don't want to be doing the same ones over and over and over again, so I don't know. There will be some very exciting stuff coming up in the very near future. Actually, I've got a little trip that I've got to go on tomorrow. Hopefully I'll get to bring the camera along for some of that at least. Yeah, I've definitely got to spend a lot more time outside on the hoverboard. I took it out there to get Duncan off the bus, and I don't know why, I'm so shaky on the concrete. I think I'm seriously tempted to go out and pick up some like knee pads and elbow pads and a helmet and stuff. It sounds completely silly to do that for the hoverboard, but I don't know, there's something about it. I guess just where I've fallen, I'm gun shy. And when I'm inside, when I'm on the flat, you know, on the hardwood in here, it's comfortable, it's familiar, but as soon as I go outside and there's uphill and downhill and rocks and cracks and everything, something in my brain just goes off and all of my confidence goes out the window. Get him! Whoa, 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 whoa. Magical invisible barrier. Mommy won't let me come inside. What?
The carpet can be cleaned off.
It can't. If it's grease or something, it can't. But that's okay. Was I caught?
You were caught.
What did I do?
The last two vlogs you said...
I said nothing.
Just between you and me. And then you talked about me.
Nope. Nothing.
Yes, you did.
Nope.
And as far as the nesting goes, you haven't seen anything yet.
It's gonna get worse.
All we did the other night was clean off 2 little bookshelves in Duncan's room. That was it. We didn't do anything else.
It was a lot.
It was not a lot. It was 2 bookshelves.
Just between you and me, she smells. Just stopping real quick so that Christina can drop off movie that she rented last night.
It was Cinderella.
It was Cinderella, you're right. She did say something that stands out. I haven't been taking time for myself to do things lately. I guess I need to start doing that again. For a while there, I was taking entirely too much time for myself. Watching videos and playing video games and doing stuff with Duncan, yes. Flying quadcopters. I haven't even been flying quadcopters that much anymore. I blame you.
Hey, it's not my fault.
It's totally your fault. As I was saying before, I haven't spent nearly enough time lately riding the hoverboard outdoors. Maybe you could see that. I'm out here on the back pad where Duncan's basketball goal and everything are. Sorry if you can't see me. This is the 1+1 camera I'm using. The 1+2 camera. I keep saying that wrong. But I thought I'd bring it out here, test this camera out a little bit because I haven't spent much time with it, as well as just riding around trying to get more comfortable on harder surfaces and with bumps. Because I don't know if you can really see that, but here on the concrete pad, it's got some pretty decent cracks in it. That's got a decent little lip to it. So it's a little bit of an uphill battle. So I'm going uphill right now and I hit a bump there. And I'm trying to get more comfortable with those kinds of bumps, surviving them and not falling. So I can actually go out and start riding on sidewalks and on the road and everything again to try to get more comfortable. So thought I'd just take a few minutes and come out here and sort of dance around with it a little bit and do some spins and whatnot. I know how you guys love the spins. Oh, the spins. That actually does remind me, I've seen a couple of times recently, Marquez Brownlee, MKBHD, has been tweeting out photos and Snapchat things about these hoverboards, these airboards, these segways, whatever you want to call them. So apparently he's gotten his hands on one, so I'm really looking forward to seeing a video from him about it And he's actually been going back and forth a lot with Casey Neistat, the guy that, like I've told you, I'm a massive fan of his vlogs and his work. So I would foresee a video from the two of them in the future. I know a lot of people are commentating saying that that's going to happen. I'm really hoping that it does, because Marquez makes some amazing videos. Casey makes some amazing videos. Put those two together, I think this could be just awesome. So I took it out to the street, and I've had a few terrifying moments so far, but I am gaining a little bit of comfort. The terrifying moments, when I say that, I mean, yeah, I get to the point where it's just going so fast, and I'm not quite good enough to know really how to get it to stop. But figuring that out, and basically a lot of what I've learned is that it's not so much the feet placement even as it is your hip placement, your body placement. So if you kind of shift your butt back, you'll slow down. If you shift your butt forward, you're going to take your whole center of gravity forward, and you're going to go fast like I'm going right now. But then if you shift your butt back a little bit, your feet are going to move back. It's going to slow you down. That has been an amazing amount of help there. Alrighty guys, it is very, very late at night at this point. Christina and Duncan have already gone to bed. I've been sitting here in my office for several hours at this point, working on this. This I showed you the other day, whatever, is the AGM 250. It's a racing quadcopter. You sort of have to build it yourself, though. And by sort of, I mean you entirely have to build it yourself. Unfortunately, there is not really any included documentation. The only kind of documentation that is included at all is just sort of a teeny tiny little picture of the frame and how the frame goes together. Nothing about the electronics, nothing about the boards, the motors, the wires, anything. The speed controllers for the motors come with a little bit of information, but not really anything there. So I've been kind of having to try to figure it out on my own. This is where I'm gonna just wrap up the evening. I've got the power distribution board installed. I've got all the speed controllers installed underneath here. Got them all in place with zip ties, which I need to cut off. I know from here I've got to somehow go into the open CCD, the CC3D board. And I believe it'll actually even fit on here like that. May just have to tape it in place. And I seem to think that these plug into the board, but beyond that, I don't know. I found a video over on YouTube that was linked to from the AGM Hobby website that gave a little bit of information, but then I keep looking around, and what I keep stumbling upon is everything that I see mentions a receiver, and there's not one. I'm going to be using it with the transmitter from my HiSky HMX280, which is supposed to work with all the open CC3D things, so maybe I won't need a separate transmitter receiver. I don't know. But I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to see where I go from here, and I'm going to try to turn it into a video. Hopefully that'll work, I guess. Anyway, I don't know, if any of you guys know anything about these things, let me know what I'm missing, what I'm doing wrong down in the comments. You can kind of see here what I have and what I've got set up. This is a carbon fiber frame. I think it's carbon fiber glass mix. This is an open CCD board, open CC3D board. I don't know what to call it. And a little protective housing. Power distribution board with all the wires that go to it. You see I've got 8 little wires here, 2 for each motor. These, which should go into the board itself. All sorts of screws and bits and bobs. The top plate, which will go on after the fact, which a camera can be mounted on if you're so inclined. You get your little FPV mount there, which again, if you're so inclined. And over here in the rest of the mess, I've got the battery they sent me out to go with it, 2200 milliamp hour battery. I've got the power connector, which I am gonna need back over here. I've got these 4 motors, 2 of each type, 2 clockwise, 2 counterclockwise. Hopefully these will get the job done. They are 2300 kV. I would hope that a company selling these parts would send me the parts that I need to make it happen. I don't know. So anyway, that has been pretty much my entire evening after going out and playing around on the hoverboard for a little while. After playing on the hoverboard outside for a little while earlier. Definitely got a lot more comfortable on it again, a lot more confident on it, although I'm just gonna have to take a little bit more time, keep doing it a little bit every day, and eventually it'd be great if I could start using it as sort of a mode of transport to get from here to there without having to walk everywhere or without having to drive everywhere. If I wanted to go over to the park on a regular basis, that would be a great way to do it. I've already done it once. But anyway, it's been such a long day. I am so exhausted. My hands are absolutely nasty from dealing with all the carbon fiber stuff. So I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to edit this video. It is already after 11 p.m. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you had a great day, and I'll see you again tomorrow.